Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we walk through the official syllabus for Pega Systems, Certified Pega Business Architect, CPBA, 73V1 so you know exactly what to study and how much emphasis to place on each area. Overview. The exam focuses heavily on case management at 35%, followed by requirements management at 15%, process modeling at 13%, application design at 12%, data modeling at 10%, reporting at 8%, and user interface at 7%. Each domain lists the assessment style, estimated learning time, and difficulty so you can plan your study hours. I will summarize what you must learn in each domain and highlight key topics to practice. Case management is 35% of the exam, rated hard, with an estimated learning time of 12 hours and a scenario-based assessment. You will learn to design case life cycles by defining stages and steps, configuring primary and alternate stages, and setting stage transitions and resolutions. Expect to implement optional and local actions, apply conditions to skip stages or steps, and use child cases and case dependencies. The work management side covers configuring work queues and work baskets, operator routing by skills, cascaded and custom routing, work groups and operators, case status and instructions, and service level agreements. Requirements management makes up 15% of the exam, is medium difficulty, and recommends about 6 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based questions. This domain centers on direct capture of objectives or DCO, using the Pega Express methodology and running objective capturing sessions. You will link captured requirements to specifications, manage the application profile, draft and refine user stories, and execute DCO tools in Designer Studio. You will also define functional and non-functional requirements, create and update specification rules, trace requirements to application components, and generate documentation using the requirements application tool. Process modeling represents 13%, is medium difficulty, and suggests roughly 5 hours of study with hands-on and conceptual assessment. Learn to design flows and automate processes by configuring standard flow shapes, assignment and utility shapes, sub-processes and spin-offs, and connector properties. Practice using draft mode for process prototyping and handling errors in flows. For decision logic, study decision tables, decision trees, map values, when rules, integrating decisions into flows, and evaluating rule execution order. Application design is 12% of the exam, medium difficulty, and recommends about 5 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based questions. Master the situational layer cake concept and the Pega rule hierarchy, including how to define application layers, built on apps, and manage rule resolution basics. Learn to design organizational structures for reuse and extensibility and to navigate class structure and inheritance by defining work, data, and integration classes, pattern versus directed inheritance, class groups, and work pools. Also practice rule asset management, versioning, and understanding the role of the Pega rules database. Data modeling accounts for 10%, is medium difficulty, and suggests around 4 hours of study with hands-on and conceptual tasks. You will work with data elements and properties, defining value and page properties and configuring single value, page, and page list modes. Practice using the Data Explorer, implementing property validation and constraints, managing data propagation between cases, and using the clipboard for debugging. For transformations, learn to configure data transforms, implement data pages for data sourcing, understand scopes including thread, operator, and node, manage refresh strategies, and map data from external systems. Reporting is 8%, easy, and recommends about 3 hours of hands-on and conceptual study. Focus on creating and customizing report definition rules, configuring columns, filters, sorting, and summarizing data with functions and aggregates. Practice designing charts and visual dashboards using the report browser and optimize report performance with indexes. This domain tests practical skills in building reports that meet business needs. User interface is 7%, easy, and suggests about 3 hours of scenario-based practice to build intuitive and responsive screens. Learn to configure sections and harnesses, apply dynamic layouts and repeating grids, and use UI controls and action sets for user interactions. Study responsive UI design principles, skin rules for styling, and how to configure navigation and portal structures for a consistent user experience. Practical UI scenarios will test your ability to translate business requirements into usable interfaces. To conclude, prioritize case management and hands-on scenario practice while allocating focused time to requirements and process modeling to ensure traceability and correct decision logic. Use the estimated learning hours and difficulty levels to schedule study sessions, practice with real examples, and review rule resolution and data flows. Good luck with your preparation for the CPBA 73V1 exam, and study smart rather than just hard.